What's up, ProGuides family? My name is Nathan Ng, and with everything going on right now, we hope that you guys are safe and feeling great. Today we have a pretty exciting video for you guys. With Valorant just being released in the past few days, we really hope that you guys are just as excited as we are that once again have access to our beloved game. During all the downtime, we spent the hours studying so we can bring you guys this amazing video. Today we'll be talking about the top team compositions and how to win the game in the agent select screen. We'll be going over the 3 different team comps that will give your team the best chance at winning the game. Spoiler alert, they probably all involve Sage, right? Of course, you will need to be proficient in these characters, but if the stars align and you get these lineups, get ready to shine because they're going to be looking very bright for your game. Before we get started, I just really wanted to say that I really appreciate all the positive comments that you guys leave in the comment section down below, as it keeps encouraging us to create the best content possible. Also, if you guys want to shine a lot brighter, go to ProGuides.com. We have a brand new feature called InstaPro, which provides unlimited 24/7 on-demand coaching from the best of the best. Make sure that you're ready to go when the games go live. This will help you to be the best that you could possibly be when the games go live by getting a coach and help you clearly understand the key concepts and fundamentals before you begin your climb. With that being said, here are 3 unbeatable team compositions that we have for you today. Now, as a disclaimer, the meta right now seems to have Sage and a controller agent. Mainly, the controller is going to be Brimstone in many cases. However, that doesn't mean that his fellow controller family Viper and Omen don't have their moments. Both something like Viper and Omen in the controller category are very powerful as well, but Brimstone is just more of the king overall with his strong point and post plants with his ultimate and molly. Brimstone's ultimate is also 10 times more reliable and more likely to get use out of it, compared to Omen and Viper, whose ultimates can sometimes be inconsistent, really depending on how you play those characters. We also will not be including Reyna on the list. With her being so new, it is uncertain on how she'll fit into the meta, so make sure to subscribe as we'll be covering her in depth right here on this channel. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the video. For our first composition on our list, we have Sage, Brimstone, Cypher, Breach, and Raze. At this moment in the meta, our lovely healer Sage is just way too important to give up for any other agent. There is absolutely no other agent that can match her instant delays on defense with her slow orbs and wall. Add to the fact that she provides constant healing every 30 seconds and her ultimate resurrection, she just has so much to offer to any team composition. Her kit is just too loaded with everything a support player would ever want or need. This is probably not going to be changing anytime soon unless we see another agent that could heal teammates as well. Sage also has too many good synergies with other characters. Characters like Brimstone and Raze are also able to capitalize on Sage's slow if coordinated. Brimstone's molly and ultimate will be able to destroy anybody inside the slow orb's area of effect, as well as Raze's ability, mainly the paint shells though. For defense, having both sentinels in Sage and Cypher is a very big plus. With the amount of delay that both of these characters have, it'll be almost impossible to do any big pushes unless you want them to waste their abilities early on into the round. Having to break through a Sage wall into a double slow orb as well as a double tripwire plus cyber cage is just so infuriating to play against on the attacking side. I would want to break my monitor and throw my keyboard on the floor if I had to play against this every single game. Don't do this, by the way. As for offense of this composition, Breach and Raze will be doing a lot of heavy lifting in the opening areas of the map for the team. In competitive play, many currently regard Breach as the overall strongest agent on the top of the tier list right now. With his heavy arsenal of disruption through flashes and dazes, he creates a lot of space for his opponents to get the best chance of going onto site. Paired with proper Brimstone smokes and a stim beacon, the site is as good as yours. Then you have Cypher's tripwire right behind and a camera, and it's going to be very hard to get flanked without knowing. Enemies that do flank will have to get through the tripwire and the camera. Unless there's some kind of secret special agent 007, just pray that your Cypher doesn't mess up his tripwire. For this lineup, Raze is probably the least essential and can be swapped, but at the same time, no other agent has the amount of damage in their arsenal. Raze is the only agent that has 4 damage abilities, making her one of the most popular duelists in the game. In a game with no deployable shields, it's pretty nice that you can get a lot of cheesy kills with their abilities as well. But if you really want, get another duelist such as Phoenix or Jett and that will be fine. Both Jett and Phoenix serve better as more defined entry fraggers. Maybe even Reyna when she comes out, but who knows. This composition is pretty much the gold standard, and you'll be seeing a ton of this in competitive play, with Raze being a flex spot for whatever the team needs. In matchmaking though, Raze is probably the best pick out of all of the duelists. For our next composition, we have a super secret spy intel gathering team. The purpose of this team comp is to get as much intel on the opponent as humanly possible. It's gonna be the usual Sage and Brimstone with the addition of Sova, Phoenix, and Cypher. Of course, we always have to start it off with Sage for the reasons that we listed previously, but the special thing about this composition is with Sova and Cypher. You just have so much control over the whole map. As we always say here at ProGuides, knowledge is power, and with these two on your team, you guys are as good as unstoppable. We know that Cypher will already hold the bomb site with his tripwires and camera, but paired with Sova, the team can easily deduce where the enemies are going with the intel combined. With a well-placed Sova recon bolt, you can get a lot of information resulting in how your team will have the option to relocate your manpower. This is often going to lead to smarter and faster rotations that will leave your opponents wondering why they're just the unluckiest team to ever run into a stacked bomb site. You might find it weird initially, but Phoenix also plays a crucial part in gathering info for the team. With smart aggressive peeks, you can set yourself up for great intel plays with your flashes that will result in a man advantage. If you see anybody, you can push through the start of your big flank all the way on the other side of the map. Phoenix is all about duels and taking risks, but alongside Cypher and Sova, you can minimize those risks and maximize those profits. You'll be a lot more prepared on where the enemy is going with both Sova and Cypher on your team. And on offense, Phoenix can make the first move paired with Sova's drone. It essentially makes it extremely easy to get opening picks with the info obtained with the Owl drone and the opportunity to use it as bait. It's like getting a free body to bait, and that is crucial. Kind of like when Sage reses somebody to bait them to, ruin your KDA, but hey, sometimes you just win the rounds that way. His ultimate running back is also amazing at finding people. Whenever you ulti, you normally tend to kill them or you hear them fleeing in a certain direction like chickens that they are. You can essentially hurt the enemies to where your Cypher or Sage is playing. But you never really thought of that, huh? It's also very difficult to do, so, gotta be amazing. But this is also pretty difficult to do, so it's kind of understandable. Pairing Phoenix and Raze's ulti is amazing as well. By pushing two areas of the map with both Raze and Phoenix's ult, you can again herd the enemies towards each other and sandwich the poor suckers into their impending doom. And of course, to round out the spot on the roster, you have Brimstone. Old reliable to round their compositions out to smoke the sites and secure the round steering post plants. This composition, like I said, relies on heavy intel gathering to win the game. If you and your friends are smart and methodical type of players, this is the team composition to go. I feel like having both Sova and Cypher on the same team is heavily underrated right now, so definitely try this out if you have an experienced Sova player. You won't regret the power of information. For our last team composition, we have a team built for hot-blooded aggression. This team is for players who constantly want to scrap and skirmish with the enemy team, leaving no breathing room. For this bloodthirsty lineup, we have, Sage to no one's surprise, Phoenix, Raze, Omen, and Breach. This team wants to be looking to put themselves in the best positions to constantly take advantageous fights. Most of the time, teams tend to only want to run one duelist, but here it's good to run two to match the more aggressive, fast-paced, and dominant playstyle that we're going to be going for. With Omen here instead of Brimstone adding to the composition, you can take control of areas a lot better than Brimstone because he has rechargeable smokes that are wider and also easier to enter through as they are hollow inside of them. This leads to getting your big fraggers much closer to the action while not being risk of dying early in the round. His smokes also last 15 seconds now and travel much faster, making them much more reliable, meaning that he can throw them out very early to get an essential early map presence. Paired with the Shroud Step, he can make very tricky plays to get to dominant positions and maybe even get a first blood. Those will always help you guys get closer to both sides of the map. With Breach, he's also a great supporting role for his teammates covered previously above, but paired with the Phoenix on his team, they have a ton of flashes. With flashes, you can clear out more angles safely with teammates pushing on them. Properly using and spacing out flashes can cover a lot of distance towards the bomb site when you're hitting on the attacking side. Generally, you want to use Breach's flash to first flash in the Phoenix, and then once the Phoenix gets closer, he can use his own curveball. For Breach, it's best that he flashes somebody through the long of sight because he could do it from a further distance, but for Phoenix, most of the time he just wants to flash himself in since his curveball is a lot shorter. With the ultimates, you want to coordinate how you guys are going to do entry onto the bomb site. You don't want your Breach ultimate to hit your Phoenix or anybody on your team for that matter. Ideally, if your Breach wants to ult, let him be the first one to set up. If your teammates do accidentally end up getting hit, they want to be playing safe until the day's effects end, slowing down your push by a lot and in turn making your teammates more vulnerable to the flanks. A good side to take with this composition would be allowing your Breach to get in position to ultimate while you set an Omen up ulti behind them. Omens from the darkness will cover the minimap and teleport him to the desired location. At the same time, Breach's ultimate will not show up on the minimap. This causes a delayed reaction and rotation from the opponents because they are cautious of the rolling thunder. The people on the bomb site being hit will be in utter confusion as they have to dodge Breach's ultimate and also be wary of the Omen flank. Here the synergy is very, very strong. This combo is even stronger when paired with Raze or Phoenix's ulti. Just again, don't hit them with Breach ulti or otherwise they'll be really upset and they'll be sure to let you know. To all the Breach players, remember to stay in the front when wanting to ulti. And with that all being said, we hope that you guys learned something as that will be it for this episode. We hope that you guys enjoyed our guide on how to make an unbeatable team comp. We only listed 3, but these 3 should plenty suffice to help you win games. If you have a set group of friends to play with, make sure to practice some of these compositions. Maybe with good enough team play, you guys can take it to the next level and be more competitive in tournaments or such. Be sure to let us know if you were inspired by this video by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to catch more videos like this in the near future. Again, my name is Nathan Ng, and if you guys want to connect with me, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Nathan_ing, as well as on my TikTok, which is a little bit more embarrassing under the same tag. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Stay safe and stay healthy and have a wonderful day.